Hello, YouTube. This is Teresa May, your Mystic Gaia Oracle, and I'm back again, this time with a message from the Flowers of the Night Oracle by Cheralyn Darcey. This is a remarkable deck. Cheralyn Darcey is an ethnobotanist, among other things. Um, so she has studied the relationship between humans and plants extensively. All of the blossoms in this deck are flowers that bloom at night or do something more at night than they do during the day. Uh, some of them just give their fragrance at night. Some of them are bona fide moonflowers. Anyway, I asked about the what the night blossoms would like humanity to know in regards to climate change as we move forward into 2020. And I chose this spread from the deck, which is the Night Garden Oracle Walk. Very excited about this. Really, really enthused by this deck. So let's jump right in. So card number one is today. So where we're starting out with, this is what's going on now. This is our main theme and the energies that may be present and active. And we have commitment. The blossom here is the wolf's evening primrose. This is a very rare species of evening primrose. It only grows actually here in this area where I live in southern Oregon. It graces the Siskiyou mountain range that is an east-west mountain geologic feature that runs along southern Oregon and northern California. Extreme biodiversity here, second only to the Amazon rainforest. So it's a really cool part of the planet that I get to live on. And then, of course, the companion to that is the gray wolf. So where we're starting out with is obviously commitment to the climate situation. I don't even want to use the term climate change so much anymore, or even climate crisis is more accurate from the human experience of it. But we're starting out square one in our commitment. What is our commitment to? And remember, this woman is an ethnobotanist, so the perspective of the relationship that humanity has created with the plants of the planet, we need to make a commitment, or just be solid in our commitment. Card number two is dusk. What do we need to leave behind? And this I found really kind of perplexing as I was first looking at the card. It talks about intimacy, but in the greater, in the channel from the book on intimacy, then it made a lot of sense. So it's about validation, confidence, self-respect, dilemma, and dependence. So the message in here talked a lot about codependence. So, we've become so out of balance with our relationship with the plant world. Boy, I'm umming again already. Sorry. So less of a focus on what we need to leave behind. So instead of working, thinking about our own personal intimacies, it's more about drawing closer to each other, but in a balanced way, in a non-codependent way. So balanced passion, okay, is what I'm getting. Card number 3 is Nightfall. Emotions. So the way this spread works, this is what is growing in our life right now. So being solidly in our commitment, less worried about little things, being more grounded and having self-respect in our intimacy and healthy emotional growth. Card number 4 represents the moon and the reflection back of the emotions that are having an effect in this situation. And we have devotion, royal lily, and the leopard. So we need to be devoted in our commitment. It's almost an exponential leap in that level of devotion. Not just kind of devoted, but like really devoted. Card number 5, which represents the stars. Awareness. And this is almost, you could almost use alignment as well as awareness. So we gaze up at the stars and we become aware that we are part of not just the earth, but the universe, the quantum field, existence itself. So we want to be devoted, emotionally grounded, with self-respect in our commitment as we take on the awareness of our inner beings, our higher selves, as we work on this issue of what we are doing to the climate of our home. Card number 6 represents the dawn. So this is what we need to find out, what we need to gain clarity on and possibly learn more about. And we have achievement along with so this is the Chaco plant, native to Central and South America, and is accompanied by the puma. A lot of big cat energy, a lot of, feminine energy, the cat. So we've had the leopard and the puma. Oh, on the emotions card, the bird here, this is the nightingale. And with the evening star, the lunar moth, the Luna moth. All of our night creatures with our night flowers there. Okay, so back to achievement. So what do we need to learn more about or get clarity on? Well, I guess just achieving our goal of coming together as a community, leadership, the caution in the download from the author is to defeatism. That's probably our greatest danger here, because it can, depending upon your perspective, seem so daunting and, impossible. What could I possibly do? How could I possibly affect the healing of what we've done to all of the natural systems? The water system, the air system. We've polluted everything so badly, and, to the point of where we are literally changing the climate in an unnatural way. So it's easy to fall into defeatism and to just go down with the ship. So that is our number one challenge. I think the number two challenge echoed here is conflict. So there's the potential for conflict as we try to move forward to resolve these issues and affect positive change. Well, back to the beginning here, commitment, intimacy, knowing that it is safe to draw close to each other, keeping our emotions in balance, being devoted, staying locked into our higher self awareness to achieve the final goal, which 7 represents tomorrow, or the outcome card, and we have release. Flower is the Japanese honeysuckle. And when we look at everything going on around climate change, the climate activists, the climate deniers, the scientists versus the uneducated, the environmentalists versus corporate capitalists, oligarchs, greedy people in general. It brings back, in a number of my readings that I've done with the Wildwood Tarot, the pole star kept appearing in placements, indicating that there's going to be, a shift in perspective, a paradigm shift in our perspective. And the release card is that's that old paradigm washing away. So we don't allow ourselves to fall into conflict or defeatism, but to rise to our achievement, to release the past, and by staying in our higher awareness, create the outcome that we want. Bottom of the deck on here I thought was really interesting, and I didn't want to lead off with it. I wanted to save it for the wrap up. Because this is a good reminder for all of us as we go through this process. Pleasure. It is okay to feel good. So the underlying energy for all of this, we want to keep not in the background of our mind, but in the forefront, that life is supposed to be fun. It's okay to experience pleasure. What we don't want to do is cross over into hedonism and depravity. That's what we're releasing. We release that old paradigm, and then we can come into a balanced, joyful place where we can live in pleasure, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness right here and now. All right. Well, thanks, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this. I look forward to many more readings with the Flowers of the Night. I intend to do a full moon reading this Friday because there is a spectacular full moon spread just for these guys. And I anticipate that to be a really, really, really powerful reading because, of course, most of these blossoms here bloom under the full moon. So very excited about that. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that YouTube stuff, and we will see you in the next video.